If your nib's too slow and your ink won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to help you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Real quick on your nibs, you're starting to color your own nibs now, right? How's that coming along?
Actually pretty well. They're becoming a much bigger part of our pens than they were when we first started offering them when I was buying Max Spain. What I'm finding is the coating is much more durable than what we were offered previously. The ink flow is better with them for whatever reason. It's a slightly different coating that we're using than what was used previously. So the only thing that really affects it is a largely alkaline ink. If you have a high basic ink, it will over time start to wear away at that plating. But that's almost any electroplating. It doesn't seem to be affected by highly acidic inks at all. In fact, the stuff that we use, like if I can do two-tone with that color stuff too, Larry. So we could do, say, like the middle part of the nib, we could do purple, and then we could have fuchsia on the wings, on the tines.
Yeah.
You know, when we do that, if I were to mess that up and have to strip it off, it gets put in basically liquid Drano in order to strip something with a high sodium hydroxide content, just to remove that coating. Even then, it takes almost 24 hours to get that coating off.
So do you dip them or do you use a brush?
No, it works just like if I were to gold plate a nib. So here, you see on the table right there?
Yeah.
That's the rectifier electroplating station.
Okay.
So it's like.
How long does it take you to do one?
Start to finish. This is another thing where we batch it, Larry. So I'll walk you through the process. Whether I'm plating a clip or a nib or whatever, it goes into basically an electro-cleaning bath. And that takes about a minute of submersion at somewhere around 6 volts or so. Then it gets rinsed and goes into an acid dip to neutralize the bath. That takes 30 to 45 seconds. And then it gets rinsed off in distilled water. And then it's got to dry completely. So we can help that along with some compressed air and maybe like a hair dryer. But that takes, 15, 20 minutes to get fully dry. Then it goes into the color bath at about 60 volts for anywhere from 30 to 40 seconds.
Okay.
Once it comes out, it goes through another rinse process. And then when it's completely dry, it goes into an oven for 30 minutes. And then once it's cooled coming out of the oven, they're ready to use. So kind of tough to give you an exact number, figure hour and 20 minutes if I were to just do one. But it's not dedicating an hour. You know, I can go back and forth.
Okay. So are you getting a lot of requests for those colored nibs now?
I am. And in fact, what people are really liking are, we're going to do combos like this, and we match the clip to the resin.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's sweet. Huh.
So, for example, this one is orange all the way around.
That is neat. I like that.
And then I don't know if I got the fuchsia. Oh, I do have the fuchsia red. And then
It
the
is a
fuchsia
pretty
red
pen.
blue.
I like it myself. I think it's good looking. Yeah. I think Carol
So
that.
that kind of combo is really. Oh, and Mr. Chesney,
Yes.
Avancio normal pen.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. That would be something that I would really be interested in. Yes.
Yep. So yeah, those are becoming very sought after, and right now, most of the makers who are offering anything with color are given the standard red and black that Bach and Yovo have. Those, to the best of my knowledge, are an enamel coating, and your miles will vary with those. I know the red. Good, bad, Dan? Okay. Oh, what am I saying? Oh, your miles will vary. I've heard the red tends to be a little flaky or has some issues with it. Our red isn't quite as, and that ends up being like a pale, solid, kind of opaque red. Ours is a little more translucent. It looks more like the fuchsia on this one. You know, so you can still see the metal through it.
Yeah.
Why is it so blurry? It's odd. But yeah, in fact, there's some of the pens you just don't want to get without one. This one. This one got bought last night, so it's getting shipped off on Tuesday. This is the Magical Mermaid that Elise came up with. You wouldn't want this one. Hang on. I am going to switch my camera, guys, because every time I look at it, it just looks terrible.
It has been quite blurry. Oh, much better.
Okay.
If it looks terrible, Jim, it's not the camera.
Something like this, you definitely don't want to send off with out a color nib. It just complements it so nice.
That mermaid is just beautiful to look at.
She's done a really good job with these. In fact, at the Dromgool's Pen Show this past week, or last weekend, was it? Or the weekend before? We had a lady who loved this mermaid, but she wanted it with blue instead of purple. So she ordered one. Elise just poured the rods today. So we're waiting for them to come out of the pressure pot to see what they look like.
Do you see pouring your own rods as becoming a larger part of your business?
Well, now that I'm not the one stuck doing it, and Elise is the one doing it, yes. So I've long joked that me pouring rods, as long as it's less than 3 colors, I'm in good shape. You know, and look at my standard models. This is very telling, Bill. The Blue Storm, blue and pewter. The Beacon, purple and gold. Nebula, blue and orange. Zeitgeist, teal and antique silver.
The
See a pattern here?
Great to look at.
Elise has got, she did one with 6 colors not too long ago.
Wow.
And it's just like, it's off the charts. She's the one that poured the blues resin. My first attempt at the blues resin, Patrick was like, no, that's not gonna work.
Well,
It's got to be more depressing than that. It's got to be more moving.
Resin. If you're pouring resin, you are not turning pens.
Exactly.
As a very simple business idea, you can only do one thing at a time. You're the one that has to turn the pen.
Well, and here's the thing. Elise is into art. She loves to paint. And resin art is a direct extension of that. She's got an eye for color. She sews, so a lot of you've seen the pen rolls and sleeves that we have. She does those in her spare time. And then she asked me not too long ago, she wants to go to engraving school. She wants to learn to engrave. So I can do the clips and bands, and she can sit down and do that kind of detail work. And it's right up her alley. She's a pre-K teacher. She's got the patience of Job. But to your point, you're absolutely right. If I'm in there pouring resin, I'm not making pens, and that's not a good thing.
So, Jim, we're
I'm
getting
a pen maker first.
Jim, we're getting close to the last 15 minutes of showtime. You want to show us some of your creations?
I thought I had been.
Time's up. Bye. No, I'm kidding.
I've got a question. I'm more into the let's say out of the ordinary. What I see is you've got more the cigar shaped pens. One of my pens that I still try to acquire is the Nakaya dorsal fin. And you're planning on a pen, a different model like the cigar shaped, or is that something what you like to do? Or
I've made a lot of the specialty pens like that, and you're gonna have to allow me just 1 second, because I have not seen the Nakaya dorsal fin. So I'm going to do a quick search while we're looking at that. A lot of the ones that I do that are not done, they don't go to Instagram. That's a custom order. That's something that person wanted. It's not my necessary right to be able to go and advertise it to the world. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look what I made. I didn't create it. It's something that I did based on a drawing, or I used as a template. Give you another example. A boya. Are you familiar with a boya?
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody want me to make. Which one was it? Long pen has a knurled band at the front and back, small little section for posting, comes in small, medium, and large. Anyways, I had a gentleman in India ask me if I could make something very similar to that. And yeah, as a matter of fact, I could, but you never saw pictures of it go up. Then I had another person want me to make one of these guys, but 30% bigger. It's a Quaco Sport.
Oh, okay.
So off came a Quaco Sport, 30% bigger. And looking at the Nakaya, the dorsal fin, is that a three-sided pen, or is it just a...
And at the end, they're tapered into three sides. So it won't roll.
Okay, they taper down to 3 facets.
Yeah.
You know, I've started to do pens with faceted caps. There's a lot of guys out there that are doing faceted pens, and that are it's a main staple of their portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
I try very hard not to copy someone else's work and then put it out there like it's my new model pen. So if you wanted, Ed, to get something like that made, I'd be happy to do it for you. But I don't think I'd ever make it into a standard model just for that reason. Sean Newton does one very similar to this. David Broadwell does one he calls the Trinity. Jose Similiqui, Doc Joe we call him, he does an octagonal or 8-sided faceted pen, and that's his signature pen. You know, those guys, that's what they do. I'm not going to encroach on that. If you look at my pens compared to the other custom makers, you'll be able, I guarantee you'll be able to say, oh, that's Hinze's work without having a label on it. And I'll be able to point out a Brooks pen, a Woodshed Pen Company's pen, Greg Hardy's pen, Jason Olson's pen. We all have a unique style amongst our work. Something telltale that you can say, oh, that's Hinze's pen, I know that. So while I'm not opposed to unique shapes, and in fact, I'll tell you what, I can share a document on here, can I not?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you guys like to see a preview of something that only internal people have seen?
Always interested. Always interested.
And while I'm looking for this, if there's other questions you want me to comment on more, let me know.
Yeah, instead of clips, is it possible for roll stoppers?
Yeah, in fact, some of the pens on there, if you were to go order a beacon today, there's an option for a roll stop directly.
I haven't seen
So
that yet.
what I try to do is I try and use, generally speaking, some natural stones, something like this.
Oh, nice.
We have a rock store nearby here, and we try to use that, or I've used earring studs and just cut off the stem before, if there's a unique shape or something that I can't find. But yeah, roll stops are absolutely possible. All right, so let me see. Where is share screen? Larry, you have disabled screen sharing disabled.
Go ahead now, say it.
Yeah, I don't see it as an option on the menu.
Yeah.
I found it. I think I've turned on screen sharing.
Okay.
I believe if Frank's running it, then Frank's
There we go. All right.
out there. You can also pin him as larger while he's showing.
All right. So let
He's
me know
coming
when
up.
you-
No,
He's coming up.
Can we see yet?
We
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
Straight, tapered
Okay.
bulb, concave. Yeah.
So there's a gentleman who's also a good customer of ours that lives out in St. Louis that happens to be an architect. And we've done we've done a bunch of pens for him and his wife. And he's helped me out with some measured drawings and things like that. And we originally had a model number, the M304ABC, if you've seen on the website. That was an old numbering scheme. This is a little more inclusive, as it were. So these are the general shapes that we're going to offer sort of as standard. And now when you look on the website, if you see A31, this will tell you what it means. So A, B, C, E is our Bifrost, as it were. And then from there, oops, cap, barrel, specific resin, clip, clipless, roll stop, any rings or bands. And then we go into shapes and sizes. So Pro is from roughly 4.9 to 5.3 or 5.4. We're going to add, obviously, pocket pen. Standard, 90% of my pens fall in number 2's range. And then the plus is generally reserved for the Avancio or things like the Beacon or American Graffiti, which are just longer pens in general. And then girths, how narrow are they? roughly 12 millimeters, 14, 16. And then section length and width.
On the call, my video.
So, huh? Oh, I thought someone was asking a question.
Jim and Larry,
So-
I have to sign off. Thank you very much. I hope I'll do a purchase in the near future.
Thank you, Ed, for
Thank you
joining.
very much.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ed. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
Okay,
Have a good
Bye.
one, guy. Take care.
take care. Stay safe.
So, before I kill this, questions, comments, insults, I take them all.
Any chance of seeing the rod stock available?
You mean on the website or right now?
On the website.
So I'm slowly starting to add that.
Okay.
So if you look at, if you were to walk through today ordering an Avancio online, you'll see about 6 or 7 different options of rod stock there of what we have available. It's kind of tough because I probably have 60 different resins, ebonites, etc. at any given time, with more being added all the time. What I might try and do is just have a separate portion of the website that has either just the rod itself or the rod and maybe it turned down a little bit and the finished pen next to it, and give it a name or a code. And then when you go to order a pen, just fill in that code that you want or that you saw. I think it'd become very unwieldy to include that in drop down or selector directly.
I think an easy way you might be able to approach it in your website is to just simply have whatever your numbering system, whatever your product code numbering system is for your rods, put that right on the rod and actually just do group photos with them right next to each other, just in a gallery section. So you can have 4 or 5 rods available, their number right there for someone to see it. It's not like it's a perfect solution, but it is a way to let people see them.
Yeah, it gets us closer to a perfect solution, more so than we've been in the past. So yeah, that is on our list of improvements overall, Bill.
Excellent.
Well, Jim, do you have anything else you want to show us? Any of the new pens you have that are under $20?
No. Sorry, Larry.
I'll take 5 of them real quick.
Let's do this one. This material is so unique. I'm gonna show it. Other people have done it. This is a diamond cast material. It's their blue lapis, and what Tim McKenzie's coming out with is a series of material stock that goes back and uses traditional dyes, pigments, powders,
I have
like way back in
Yeah.
order to achieve what they're looking for. Now the lighting in here is pretty terrible,
So remember that one?
but the blue. What are you doing?
That's the one you made me when I was there that day, one day.
Yep. The depth of blue and the clarity of blue in this is so unique. It's incredible. And he's got, like I said, a whole series of them coming out.
Yeah, that's a deeper, darker blue than the
I know
one.
he's got a yellow cooking. This is deeper blue
Yeah, it's a deeper blue.
and isn't translucent.
Yeah, that pops.
Yeah.
That's real pretty.
But it's actually using powdered blue lapis in order to color the alumilite. So it's an expensive rod to make, but the end result is a color that's second to none. I've never seen anything, even in celluloid, have I seen a color this rich. So that's pretty damn cool. And then The Bifrost is finally back, and we got that added to the website, complete with dragon scales. And our lovely Finio medallion. So this is one of the more unique pens with the screw posting. You can't shake it loose. And this is a fun pen. I think we were the first one to do a full custom pen out of this material Mackenzie came up with. We did this one for DC 2018. So it's taken a while, but we got that back. And then this little cool pen. This is one Elise did. It's got a little teal, silver, and bronze mixed in. And it's just such a nice color to it.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you're into browns. And then I'm gonna show this one because I to this day cannot believe this pen has not sold yet. And I know you guys have seen the ads come across on Facebook and whatnot, but this is that Blue Skies.
Oh.
And with a blue nib, I don't understand to this day why this pen hadn't sold. It's just beautiful. So that's the cool new stuff. The orange nib and clip are the latest in our color.
That's a pretty one. I like that one. That is gorgeous.
I really like this one, especially for Halloween.
Trick or treat, Jim.
Nice try.
Trick or treat, buddy.
Or if you're a UT fan, then you know this would be very appropriate.
Who's the LSU fan?
I wish I knew. I just like purple and gold when I made that.
Okay.
It could go LSU. It could go Vikings. It could go the Lakers. I mean, there's quite a number of teams there. I just always like purple and gold together.
That would be an interesting
I have
line.
no college allegiances. I don't even wear my own college jersey where I played. So, you know.
Let it just be the purple and gold sports ball.
There you go.
Just call it the sports ball with color combinations.
Okay, folks, it's time to say goodbye to all our company. All right, folks. Well, Jim, thank you for showing up today. To all you cool people out there, trick or treat, don't forget me on Halloween. So, all right, we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Hines at Jim's Custom. I'm teasing. Jim Hines. It's all been out of shape. Ah!
Can I just start calling you Cousin Eddie from now on?
All right, my good friend. All right. Oh, that's cold as ice, isn't it? Oh, X right by his box for now on. Big old X right there. That'll take care of that. Ha! Mr. Hines. Pretty soon his head's going to be above the clouds. I told him once, I said, your head's going to be so big it's not going to get through the doorway. Creating a monster here. He went from like this for real, like this, like from this small to like gigantic already. Hines pens.
Hines 57 pens.
There you go. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me today, guys. We'll check y'all later. Be safe. Take care. Bye-bye, y'all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Right?